Defendant as follows as to count one.
Judgment Day in Florida for two white men accused of setting a black man on fire.
At the White House, a meeting of waste watchers. The Clinton-Gore plan to streamline government.
And communism with a capital C. The economic boom inside the new China.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather and Connie Chung.
Good evening. It was one of the most horrible crimes imaginable, setting a man on fire because of his race. Two white men were charged with doing that to an African-American man in Florida. Tonight, after 12 hours of deliberation, a jury of 5 whites and 1 black returned a verdict. Correspondent Reed Galen covered the trial.
The defendants sat still and unmoving as tombstones.
Guilty of attempted murder in the first degree with a deadly weapon as charged.
A fitting demeanor, perhaps, for men who would commit such a cold-hearted, vicious attack out of a burning hatred.
Guilty of armed kidnapping.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about
The prosecution's case depended on Christopher Wilson's own horrific story of being doused with gasoline.
Came up to me and said, "No, you're gonna die, nigga." And he had like a plastic container, holding it and pouring it over my head.
And then a spark,
Like
fire,
4 times.
and pain beyond description.
While I was running, I got to see my chest. And it's all white. And you see like the skin hanging off.
He ran for help, Wilson testified, ran from the laughter of his attackers, burned over almost half his body. Wilson identified Mark Kohut and Charles Rourke, drifters who their neighbors said had brandished weapons and made venomous comments about blacks. A teenager said he was with the defendants when they kidnapped Wilson and saw it all, but defense attorneys effectively attacked his deal with the prosecutor.
If Mr. Coe told you to tell a lie to this jury, and you thought you could get away with it, you'd do it, right?
Yes, sir, I would.
There's not one fingerprint. That's amazing. But
there was no significant physical evidence. And in a case observers described as confusing and shoddy on the part of both defense and prosecution, the only thing obvious as deliberations began was that Christopher Wilson has suffered indescribable torture, as symbolized by his charred clothing.
It's burned off.
In the end, the jury simply believed Christopher Wilson.
We all hope and pray that to some small degree, this helps to make up for his pain and suffering.
A spokesman said Wilson is still nervous, anxious to get on with his life. Kohut and Rourke could spend the rest of theirs behind bars. Reed Galen, CBS News, Miami.
In Washington, President Clinton today opened up an early fall offensive, taking up one of the big items on his agenda for change. Today's talking point and photo op, how to cut government waste and red tape, something other presidents have promised and promised and promised. White House correspondent Rita Braver reports.
Out they marched, presenting themselves as the warriors against waste, the battlers of bureaucracy, flanked not by tanks, but by forklifts bearing tons of excess government rules and regulations. Vice President Gore wrote the battle plan, promising to cut $108 billion from the federal budget over the next 5 years.
We can downsize government by 12%, reducing the bureaucracy by 252,000 positions.
President Clinton promised action.
This is one report that will not gather dust in a warehouse.
Some proposals are already controversial, giving the FBI crime-busting jobs now done by other agencies. But others are sure crowd pleasers. Promises by the post office to serve customers within 5 minutes. The IRS to let Americans pay taxes by credit card. But wait, haven't we heard about cutting government before?
Today I'm pleased to announce the beginning of 4 new reorganization studies.
Waste, fraud, and mismanagement is, and how much can be done to eliminate it.
I lit a fire under our regulatory reformers, gave them 90 days to produce dramatic results.